Instagram. How's that? There you go. So this is a photo of a tattoo on a shoulder. It's a actually, can you see this on YouTube? Yeah, I think you should be able to see it on YouTube. Anyway, it's quite a large tattoo on the shoulder. And the two things that you've got to look at when you're looking at removing a tattoo are the size and the location. So this is fairly large. I should actually also say, I'm going to add something to that. I'm going to put three things in there, the shape as well. Because what you're looking at is you're looking at the minimum dimension is the important one, if that makes sense. So if it is a long and thin tattoo, that might be possible to remove by excision, because the minimum dimension would be quite thin. If it's only a centimeter wide but very, very long, like 20 centimeters long, that's still suitable, because that 1 centimeter is the sort of the closure. I think I might have to formulate this a bit more. Yeah, there you go. Tattoo. What tattoos are suitable? I've got a blog post in there. Make a note of it, because so basically a round shape is bad because the minimum dimension is the diameter, whereas an oblong is better, or a rectangle is better than a square. Yeah. So anyway, so with this tattoo, it is quite long, sort of up across here, but actually the minimum dimension is not that bad. So it's, it is in sort of more of an oblong-y shape, which is good, but it is nevertheless quite large, even with the fact that it's an oblong-y shape, and it's on a really bad place. The shoulder is a really bad place for a scar. There's a very high risk of hypertrophic scars, keloid scars on the shoulder, and there's not a huge amount of spare skin. I think there is some spare skin. And it's difficult for me because, could it be excised? And often it could be excised. So this one could be excised. If that was a cancer, say there, of the same dimensions, it could be removed. But it's not. It's a tattoo, and it's a sort of cosmetic thing. And so the worry is that the scar could look worse than the tattoo. It wouldn't, I don't think, coming out in one go. It would need several goes. And because it's on the shoulder, you're moving the shoulder all the time. So it's just not great that, there'd be tension on the wound and things. So I would say that would need maybe 4 goes, general anesthetic probably, or local and sedation. You couldn't do it under pure local. It's quite a big area. Or at least it'll be a push to put it under pure local, and leave a massive, great long scar. And so, all in all things considered, I would probably, I think it's easier just to say that tattoo is not suitable for excision, because of the all of the above. So, what option should I look at is laser appropriate? Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I always say first line with tattoos is laser. So I think, pretty much the majority of patients that I see have actually at least considered laser. And I think, if laser works, there are a lot of good things about it compared to excision, because obviously excision leaves you a big scar, whereas laser would not leave a scar and just often leaves a sort of mark, maybe leaves a sort of ghost of where the tattoo used to be. And sometimes you see somewhere that looks like it's completely gone. So laser would be appropriate. And it is good that it is black, which is good, but it is quite dark black, isn't it? So there doesn't seem to be too much color in it. So color's not so great. Jackie, you're doubling up. Good to see that. Color's not so great for laser. So there are some good things about it, but I'm not an expert on laser, so I would say that you should see someone who is an expert on laser to see what the options for that would be. But I would definitely think, if you haven't considered laser, I think laser would be the first port of call before considering surgical excision. And I have to be honest that I don't think it is particularly suitable for surgical excision, unless you absolutely despise it and you've accepted that it's going to leave an ugly looking scar. It's going to look like you've broken your shoulder or something, massive, great long scar. risk of keloid scarring and needs several attempts, or not attempts, but several sessions and when it's a general / local with sedation, that's going to make it quite expensive because there's going to be an anaesthetist involved, and it's not something we can do on a local anesthetic in the clinic. So sorry, yet another sorry. I often do sorries on the tattoos because they are often not suitable for excision. So I think this one is just a little bit too big in a bad location.